Welcome back. Food pantries are bracing this weekend as the Washington government shutdown could result in the loss of all food stamp benefits starting November 1st. That could impact hundreds of thousands of people here in Illinois and, of course, millions across the country. Governor Pritzker sounded the alarm that it might be impossible to keep that supply going amid this crisis right now. And joining us is Danielle Perry of the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Danielle, first of all, how many folks specifically in Illinois will be impacted by the cutoff of SNAP benefits?
There are 1.9 million people who receive benefits from SNAP in this state. In the Chicagoland area or Cook County, that's 900,000 people.
That is a massive number of folks. And are food depositories like yours and pantries ready for the influx of demand?
You know, I always say for every meal we can provide in the emergency food system, SNAP provides 9. There's no way for charity to fill the gap of SNAP, but we are going to try everything we can to show up for our neighbors in this moment, like we've done in many other crises, like COVID, the new arrivals, or any other time where people have needed us. We show up and do our best to serve our neighbors.
You know, Democrats have made the point that there can be an appropriation to keep SNAP going temporarily, even though the government is shut down. Is that true? Is there a way that Congress could allocate money?
Absolutely, Congress has. The USDA has a SNAP contingency fund, and they could use that fund today to fund SNAP. They could also move money around like they've done for WIC, even in this particular shutdown. So USDA has all authority and the funds to move around to fund this. It's a decision they just would have to make.
So they clearly have not made that. I mean, Republicans and Democrats can't come together on anything right now in Washington. What about some of the relief that Governor Pritzker offered from the state? I believe he was putting a $20 million proposal up for some help. How far will that go?
Well, in the state of Illinois alone, we receive $4.7 billion a year to fund SNAP. So if you calculate that, that's like 90 million a week. We are so grateful for what our governor did, and I do believe the 20 million will help us for a few days, but it's just not enough to fill the gap.
It sounds like maybe a day and a half worth of meals here, just a massive cost. What is your message to people who receive SNAP benefits who are very concerned right now?
We're here for you. The Food Depository and honestly, all the food banks across the state are doing what they can. From a food depository perspective, we have taken our entire inventory and put it out to our pantries right now. We're purchasing more food. We're also standing up additional distributions that will start this Saturday. We took data to see where the number of SNAP recipients are highest, what zip codes were highest, and we created hubs across the county to stand up additional distributions on Saturdays in those communities. And so you'll see those start as early as the 1st, when the benefits shut down. And you can go to our website to not only find the closest pantry, but to find those additional hubs for November 1st.
Seems like a very targeted operation. What are those zip codes that are most in danger here?
Well, you see communities like Inglewood, North and South Lawndale, and really the South and West Side, but also even the South suburbs like Riverdale. We are seeing our communities that have the highest number of SNAP recipients, and thus will be the hardest hit in a crisis like this.
Obvious question here. Is it frustrating to you that all lawmakers need to do is come together on a deal to fund government and this manufactured crisis goes away? That's going to really hurt a lot of people.
It is frustrating, Paris, but to be honest with you, we have been really advocating since the passage of the Big Beautiful Bill, because we were already going to see a number of people possibly lose their benefits because of the work requirements that are coming down and will be starting to be evaluated on December 1st. So we know there are 450,000 people in the state of Illinois alone who will now be subject to work requirements, and this could kick them off of their benefits as early as probably March. So we were already anticipating a significant change. The shutdown just brought light to SNAP, but it's something we already were talking about and advocating about to begin with.
Are there any legislative efforts to try and overturn it? I mean, you do have some Republicans that are more populist that seem to be somewhat concerned.
We haven't seen anything yet. And so, to be honest with you, it's important for us to make sure that every person who receives SNAP, it should reach out to the Illinois Department of Human Services and update their income. Let them know that you are working, call their hotline or go visit them and let them know that you have income so that you are not cut off of benefits soon. That's just the most important message, Paris, that we have to focus on in this moment, educating people about the change.
And how about volunteers? Do we need more volunteers now, more distribution, more donation?
Absolutely. We're going to need more donations, of course, to get as much food as we can. And the food depository always welcomes volunteers, but we should also consider having people volunteer at their local pantry because they will need more hands to help them distribute more food than they have in a while.
Certainly, I would urge everyone to look up their local pantry in their neighborhood and see how they could help. Danielle Perry, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thanks for making time, Paris.
Of course. And up next, how well do you know Chicago? The city's favorite historian is now joining the Fox 32 family.